Hey guys, it's King Fidd here, and today we're doing a Season 13 Rune Guide. I haven't done a Rune Guide in a while, and it's mostly because I feel like his runes haven't changed all that much since last season, but I do want to get back into it and maybe do an updated guide so that anyone who's new to this channel can learn what runes to take on Fiddlesticks and why you should take them. These are at least my personal opinions on Fiddlesticks. These don't have to be like the end all be all only rune pages you can go, but these are the ones that I prefer the most and I have found the most success on in solo queue, and I want to share them with you. There's just two main rune pages I run, and first I'm going to introduce to you guys my first strike rune page. So this is the rune page that I go most games if possible, and the rune setup, as you can see, is first strike, perfect timing, futures market, cosmic insight, ghost poro, ultimate hunter, double adaptive, and armor. So there are some runes you can switch up in this rune page. There are some people who say they really like Hex Flash instead of Perfect Timing, and that's entirely okay. I have tested out both of the runes myself, and I find that I have more games where Perfect Timing helps me out than Hex Flash. So I just like Perfect Timing better, but if you for some reason like Hex Flash better, there's nothing wrong with that. You can actually do something like Hex Flash from a bush and use your E, and it will fear people. Next up is wait, actually, first I want to go back. I do not ever take magical footwear on Fiddlesticks because I feel like it's really important to rush Sork Shoes on him. Never take magical footwear. Okay, now we're gonna move on to Futures Market. I think this is the only viable rune option, so I think you should only go Futures Market. It can give you like a lot of extra buying power. As long as you don't use this too much, it can give you like almost an extra kill's worth of buying power later in the game. So yeah, I would only use Futures Market to like buy Sork shoes early or complete your rocket belt or complete an item later in the game. It's not that important to buy something like maybe an amp tome and go into debt for that. Another one is Cosmic Insight. I don't see a reason to take the other ones. Definitely you don't need to take potions off Fiddlesticks. Don't go Time Warp Tonic. This one, I mean, this could be good, but honestly, most of the time you like stand still and press W if you get off a multi-person ultimate. So Cosmic Insight is probably better for the because Cosmic Insight also lowers your effigy cooldown as well as lowering your summoner spell cooldowns. So you get to place more effigies and clear more vision for your ultimates with Cosmic Insight. So that's why I like it more. You can go a lot of runes in the red tree actually. I think Sudden Impact is pretty good. You can go this instead of Ghost Portal. You can also go Eyeball Collection. Ghost Portal can be a little bit unviable some games. There are some characters that kind of check every bush that you could place your effigies in to hide them because stacking Ghost Portal relies on your effigies expiring while they're in bushes. So if you're playing, let's say, against a Maokai, he's going to throw a sapling in every bush, so you can't really bring Ghost Portal. So I would just take Eyeball Collection instead against a Maokai, or Sudden Impact if you want to take either of those. And then Ultimate Hunter, I do feel like it's necessary every game, so you should always take this. About runes, I feel like you should always take Double Adaptive. And as for armor, I would always take either armor or magic resist based on whether the enemy team has more physical or magic damage dealers. Especially when I'm against like maybe an AP jungler and an AP mid laner, and then they have like maybe an enchanter support who's also going to do magic damage. I'll take MR instead. I would never take health scaling on Fiddlesticks. I think it's really bad. And people are like, but like I did the calculations and it's outscales armor at like level 8. Okay? So that calculation is based on not healing whatsoever. If you get off like one full W channel in a team fight and you heal for like, I don't know, like at least a third of your HP bar, then like HP isn't outscaling armor until like much later, like level 15. And by then, most games are over, and maybe you had like some early game fights where you just lived because you had a flat resist shard, and then you would have died if you had health. So, I mean, just bring the flat resist shards. I would not take HP scaling. And then I don't think there's anything else to say. I mean, the reason why I like going first strike most games is because this season Riot decided to just for some reason just take all the gold out of the jungle role. So now it really helps out to have first strike to help grant you more gold because games where I'm not taking first strike and I feel like I don't get a lot of kills early. I feel like I fall behind in damage a lot, so first strike just really helps out a lot. But there is another rune page I do go, and I'll show you the electrocute page, and I'll tell you why I go electrocute sometimes. So sometimes first strike can be a little hard to use against certain characters or team comps. One of those characters, I actually even mentioned him earlier, is Maokai. Maokai is going to throw a sapling in every bush. It's going to be hard to find an ult angle without getting hit by a sapling. So if you bring first strike against a Maokai who's playing properly, it's going to feel like you don't have a keystone because his saplings are going to keep taking off your first strike. So against Maokai, you want to take electrocute. There's some other characters that are less popular, but you'll still run into them, such as Karthus. Karthus ult will just hit you and it's going to take off your first strike as well, which can be bad if it's like if he ults you before the start of a fight or something. And also there's some annoying characters like a good Zyra is just going to spawn a bunch of plants and stuff, and that's also going to knock off your first strike. Just think about like characters with like really long range abilities you have a hard time avoiding, and they're just going to knock off your first strike, and it's hard to feel like you have a keystone against those characters. That's when I take electrocute. Another instance I take electrocute is if I'm against a jungler who's probably going to invade me, such as like a Kindred or in Italy, you want the extra damage from electrocute to help fight against them early. But yeah, and obviously you're gonna take electrocute. If you're lower elo, you can maybe take Dark Harvest, but um, I don't think Dark Harvest does much, especially once you get to like higher ranks. So I don't like it. I also don't really like Predator. I feel like Predator is just it doesn't give you anything until you have boots. Then even when you get your boots, it does like less damage than electrocute, and it gives you like a very minimal like movement speed bonus. Like most of the time, people are already like gonna die to your gank if they're pushed up enough to die to a predator gank. So I don't really like this one either. I just go with electrocute. Then as for the other runes, cheap shot, mainly for like if I'm against an invade jungler, it gives me a little bit of extra damage on top of the electrocute to fight them off. You can also go sudden impact. Sudden impact will give you a little bit more damage on your ultimates than cheap shot does. And then you can go eyeball collection. Most of the time, if you're against a character that you need to bring electrocute against, Ghost Portal is not good because they're probably someone like Maokai that's hard to keep your effigies alive with. And then obviously Ultimate Hunter, and then Perfect Timing and Cosmic Insight. If you don't like Perfect Timing, you can also go Hex Flash or Futures Market. Those are both alright. And then the minor runes are the same as before. And I think that's it. I can't think of any other viable rune options you want to go on Fiddlesticks. Um, and if you go something like Glacial Augment, I think you're just trolling. So yeah, that's it. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great day.